Year 2, Section 1, and I will be your teacher for today. Now, I'm going to talk about metacognition. Now, metacognition came from the Greek word meta, that means beyond, and the Latin word concierge, that means getting to know. Metacognition is about the awareness or analysis of one's learning or thinking process. Dari masud, kung unsa or kung aware ba ta sa ato thinking process o kung giunsa nato pag-think ang ato ang mga gipangbuhat or may ngana. Now, metacognition has three components. We have declarative knowledge, procedural knowledge, and conditional knowledge. And declarative knowledge, this refers to the already existing knowledge about things. This talks about the learner's already existing ideas, excuse me, knowledges, and also how the understanding of how to do things. And procedural knowledge, this refers to the knowledge of how to do things or the process and skills to do tasks. For example, masulod na rin unsa ang student pag-solve o usa ka mathematical equation, unsa ang process o unsa ang paagi unsa ang siya pag-solve. And conditional knowledge or strategy knowledge, this refers to how, when, or why you apply the knowledge. And this knowledge, dali na makita kung yun sa pag-apply sa student or kanusa o ngano iya i-apply ang knowledge ng mga katanay. For example, in math, kabalo na ang student kung saan pag-minus. Then, if mo palit siya og kani sa gawas, ma-apply to niya nga same na learning sa iyahang pagkuha kung saan lamang support sa iyaha. Now, that is the three components of metacognition: declarative knowledge, the already existing knowledge about things, procedural knowledge, the process of how to do tasks, and conditional knowledge, the application of the knowledge or how, when, or why you apply the knowledge. Now, in our next topic, we have metacognitive regulation and control. Metacognitive regulation and control has three steps. We have planning, monitoring, and evaluating. In planning, this refers to the process of proper selection of strategies and allocation of resources. For the example, ani ang paghimo og lesson plan. In lesson planning, we actually choose kung unsa nga strategies atong gamiton, unsa nga activities ang ato ipabuhat sa mga students, or unsa mga lessons ang atong itudlo nila. So that can be referred to planning. Next is monitoring. Or in planning, this is also the before process of how we regulate or control the metacognitive relationship of the learners and the learning process. Next step is monitoring. And monitoring, this refers to the ongoing awareness of one's comprehension in tasks or performance. This can be example of a during process. Example ani is during discussion. Di ba during discussion, a teacher will ask if nakasabot ba ta or nabatay mga nakuha nga info, or they will have a receipt during classes, while to actually know if naabay nahibawan ng students during discussion. Now, the last step is evaluating. This refers to the assessment of one's learning. Dali na masukot if naabay na learn ang student during the discussion or during the task that you were doing. If naabay na sulod sa ilahang mind, or if naabay learning na nakuha jud sa ila. Now, this is the metacognitive regulation and control, planning, monitoring, and evaluating. Next, we are going to tackle about metacognitive teaching strategies. Now we have the last lesson. We have the metacognition teaching strategies. We have 5 teaching strategies. First, we have think aloud. This strategy helps learners to think aloud their thinking as they undertake a task. For example of this is reporting. When we report, we also think of what we are going to say to the people that are looking at us or hearing at us. And next is journalizing. This strategy can be used along with think aloud, as we are also thinking of what we are going to write. In this strategy, is when the learners write down their thoughts. Example of this is also essay writing, or when we write journals, or when we write diaries as we are thinking about what we are going to write. The next is error analysis. This is the strategy that, or an approach that uses feedbacks to improve one's future performance. And this we can also example demonstration. Demonstration is something teachers or future pre-service teachers do to practice how they use their strategy, how to teach. And in error analysis, a mentor is going to point out some parts of the report or the demonstration. What part are they going to improve? What part is going to be is okay? And then the next is wrapper, and the strategies activity where it fosters the learning before, during, and after class. Example of this is storytelling. We just don't tell the story right away. We also ask if anyone has any idea about the title, and then after that is we're going to open the book, we are going to read, and after we're going to ask the student if there's something that they actually understand about the story. And lastly is peer mentoring. This strategy talks about how learners learn best when studying with peers who are more knowledgeable and skilled than them. This is the greatest example for this is tutoring, as we need someone to teach us about certain topics that we don't understand, or we don't have the capabilities to actually learn of, or more like kung asa tagalisod tabangan kanila ingana. Now, this is the 5 metacognition thinking strategies. Think aloud helps to actually voice out what we are thinking, journalizing, writing down our thoughts, error analysis, pointing out the errors and to improve our performance. Wrapper, the before, during, and after class learning. Peer mentoring is when is needing someone or a peer or a friend to actually guide us to learning more. Now my topics are done, and thank you for listening, and see you next discussion.